So, let's start with a big one. It's a development that could redefine the next decade of technology. Microsoft just put out a warning, and when a company with that kind of global footprint speaks, it pays to listen. Their message reframes the entire AI race. For years, the narrative was simple. It was all about building the most powerful models, a battle for supremacy measured in parameter counts and benchmark scores. The focus was on the most advanced architectures, the most complex neural networks, pushing the absolute limits of what AI could do. And these breakthroughs were almost exclusively coming out of the West, from a handful of well-funded labs in North America and Europe. But Microsoft says the story is no longer the whole picture. In fact, focusing on it means missing the real story. They have a front-row seat to global AI adoption, thanks to their massive cloud infrastructure and deep integration with enterprise services worldwide. They see what's actually being deployed, not just what's being demonstrated. And outside Western markets, something big is shifting. A new competitive dynamic is taking hold. China is gaining ground, faster than most people in the West realize, because the metrics of this new race are different. This isn't just about cool apps or consumer-facing novelties, it's about the foundational tech entire countries will run on. The digital bedrock for governments, industries, and economies. Because of this, the very nature of competition is changing form. It's becoming a global infrastructure race, a contest to provide the underlying platforms that power everything else. The Western approach has largely pushed premium, high-cost models to big companies that can afford the steep price of admission. But most of the world, from small businesses in Jakarta to government agencies in Brazil, asks a more practical question. What can we afford and actually deploy at scale? That's where China is winning. They are relentlessly optimizing for cost and access, creating good enough models that are cheap to run and easy to integrate. This strategy directly supports the rise of sovereign AI, where nations demand that their data and AI systems remain within their own borders, under their own control. China's accessible platforms are a perfect fit for this growing movement. It's not just about the cloud either. The battle is moving to the edge, to the devices in our hands. While the West perfects massive cloud models, China and its partners are flooding the market with efficient, on-device AI that works offline, respects privacy, and offers near-zero latency. This isn't a race that will be won by a single type of chip. It's about supply chain resilience and diversification. While the West is dependent on a few key GPU suppliers, China is investing heavily in a wide array of alternate accelerators, ensuring they can power their AI ambitions no matter what. The final piece of the puzzle is governance. Western models are often heavily constrained by complex safety and ethics filters. While crucial, this can sometimes limit their utility. In contrast, many competing models offer more flexibility. For a world eager to build and deploy quickly, that's a powerful incentive. The race is no longer just about who has the smartest AI, but who has the most usable, affordable, and sovereign AI. And right now, the momentum is shifting. To understand the shifting landscape of AI, let's dig into a key example Microsoft flags in its report. It's a story that perfectly illustrates the new dynamics of innovation, competition, and access that are reshaping the entire field. This isn't about a familiar tech giant, but a disruptive force that emerged with surprising speed. We're talking about a Chinese model called DeepSeek. It rose fast, very fast. Seemingly overnight, it was everywhere, climbing leaderboards, dominating developer forums, and becoming a go-to model for projects around the world. So, why did it take off? The answer boils down to a few simple but powerful reasons. The first, and perhaps most critical, is cost. In an industry defined by billion-dollar training runs, DeepSeek charted a different course. It was trained with far fewer of the most expensive high-end chips that are often in short supply. Instead of waiting for access to massive server farms, its creators focused on innovating around hardware limits, pioneering new training methods and architectural efficiencies. The result was a model that delivered highly competitive performance for a fraction of the cost. This makes it a game changer not just for startups on tight budgets, but for researchers, universities, and even larger companies looking to experiment without a massive upfront investment. The second reason is accessibility. The model was released open source, or at least with a license permissive enough to allow widespread use and modification. This open approach acts as a global invitation, empowering builders everywhere to not just use the model, but to adapt it, fine-tune it for local languages, and integrate it into their own unique applications. It's a fundamental shift in philosophy. Less walled garden, more foundational building block. The combination of low cost and high accessibility led to an explosion in adoption, particularly across the global south. It captured significant market share in places like Ethiopia and Zimbabwe. The numbers are striking. Russia 43%, Belarus 56%, Cuba 49%. This pattern shows a clear demand for powerful AI tools that operate outside the traditional high-cost ecosystems of Western tech. While the global AI race intensifies, the tech world's giants are making critical alliance moves. This isn't just about competition, it's a high-stakes game of strategic partnerships where every decision can reshape the future of consumer technology. In a landmark decision, Apple officially chose Google. Gemini now becomes a foundational intelligence layer for Apple's ecosystem, powering what's expected to be a major, long-overdue overhaul for Siri. For Apple, a company that prides itself on vertical integration, this is a huge strategic pivot. It signals a new reality. In the age of generative AI, even giants must partner to stay at the cutting edge. But Apple isn't betting on a single horse. It's keeping OpenAI in the mix for certain complex queries, effectively building a sophisticated multi-provider system. They are stacking models with smart routing, creating a flexible architecture that can choose the best tool for any given task. The financial implications are staggering. Reports suggest billions of dollars are at stake in this revenue-sharing agreement. For Google, this is a massive, almost unquantifiable win. It secures Gemini's place inside nearly 2 billion of the world's most premium devices. This all unfolds while regulators are already scrutinizing Google's existing search dominance. But the strategic weight of AI appears to override those long-standing tensions, at least for now. The core strategies are clear. Apple prioritizes the seamless user experience, willing to integrate outside tech to achieve it. Meanwhile, Google continues its mission to embed its intelligence models everywhere, solidifying its role as the underlying engine for the next generation of computing. The race isn't just model size, it's what the model can do. We're moving from chatbot to agent. Anthropic just showed that shift. It's called Cowork, inside Claude for Mac. It can read, edit, and create files you allow. Advice versus actual work. You control the folder access. It can extract and organize stock and produce clean deliverables. Safety matters. It asks before risky actions. Prompt injection is a real risk. It's a research preview for now. Goal: agents that work across your digital life. Now, agents step into real rooms. Manus is all about live conversations. Meeting minutes turns talk into output. Unlike online tools, this targets physical meetings, workshops, interviews, any in-person discussion. It makes words actionable. It records in real time and structures the output. You get summaries, speakers, attendees, and tasks. Offline capability keeps recording. It assigns tasks to the right people. Let's jump to hardware. Robotics is being remade by AI. 1X upgraded its Neo platform with a video pre-trained world model. Classic training was slow and narrow. Now it learns from massive video, from human egocentric data and robot egocentric data. It internalizes real-world physics. It predicts what should happen next, generates rollouts, then acts. Predictions become motion commands. It generalizes to the unfamiliar, handles complex two-hand tasks. Today's latency is about 11 seconds. The Mursa nan sidstanen de mines ginanur sun de bo nan stursur thin spans nan inan stur bam olurfti kunan dendan sadan dan inan nan. The potential is enormous. Google just moved on AI commerce. They're laying the rails with an open standard, UCP. It's a common language for agents, brands, and payments, built with major retailers. US users can buy inside AI search, and in Gemini, Wallet handles checkout, diagnose without leaving results. Retailers tap in once, reach many agents. Brands can launch assistance inside search. Recommendation to purchase in a single command. Put it all together, AI is becoming infrastructure, not just answers, but delegation, controlling robots, powering commerce. Microsoft warns, China's rise is real outside the West. Access and price drive defaults. Inside the West, alliances win. The future is multi-model. Agents enter our files and conversations. Robots learn to watch, predict, act. Commerce becomes agent native. The question is, who builds that future?